Welcome to The Scale, the podcast where we rate ourselves from 1 to 10 in the areas that shape our lives: leadership, parenting, personal growth, success. Each week, James challenges you to be honest about where you are and gives you the tools to move closer to a level 10 life, built on respect, focus, and discipline. So where are you on the scale today?
Hey, James Theris here again with another episode of The Scale Podcast. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about ripples. So imagine if you throw a stone into a pond. The ripples travel far beyond the spot where it landed. Your words, your tone, your body language, your habits, they all send ripples too. Some build people up, others tear them down. And here's the kicker: we don't always see how far those ripples travel. For parents, teachers, and coaches, this is both a huge responsibility as well as a huge opportunity. See, years ago I was teaching a martial arts class, and after a drill I told one of my younger students, "You got great focus, you're going to go far if you keep that up." At the time, I felt like it was a quick, positive comment, and we moved on. A few years later, though, that student's mom pulled me aside, and she told me that her son had been struggling in school back then, and my comment had stuck with him. He started thinking, if I can focus here, maybe I can focus there. His grades improved, his confidence grew, and she believed that little moment was a turning point. That's the ripple effect. One small action, huge long-term results. It's important to realize that your ripples don't just work for the good. Careless words, inconsistent standards, and lack of follow-through send ripples too. For parents, a pattern of distracted listening can teach kids that their thoughts aren't important. Or a single sarcastic comment can stick with them much longer than you intended. For teachers and coaches, letting disrespect slide once can signal that it's acceptable. And overreacting to a mistake can shut down a student's willingness to try again. Your ripple effect is always in motion. The question is whether it's moving people forward or pushing them back. You can decide what kind of waves you send out. At home, make encouragement a daily habit. Not just when kids achieve, but when they attempt and improve as well. Model patience, even when it's inconvenient to do so. In the classroom, recognize effort publicly, not just outcomes. Let students see you treating every question with respect, no matter who asks it. And, of course, in martial arts, we like to catch kids doing something right. A perfect stance, focused eyes, a respectful bow, and call it out. We like to let the advanced students see how we praise beginners, so they learn to do the same. One of my mentors once told me, "You'll never know the full reach of your influence." And that has stuck with me because it's true. You might plant a seed in a student today that grows into a career choice, a relationship habit, or a moment where they stand up for themselves years later. And here's the best part: you don't have to be perfect to create powerful ripples. You just have to be intentional and consistent. One of the best gifts that we can give to our kids and students is helping them to see their own ripple effect. So at home, talk about how kind actions like helping a sibling affect the whole family mood. At school, show how you encouraging a classmate can help them do better on a project or test. And of course, in martial arts, we like to let the senior students know that how they line up, train, and encourage others sets the tone for the entire class. When kids understand that they have the power to influence others, they're more likely to use it for good. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how intentional are you about the ripples you create daily? How often do you stop to think about the long-term impacts of your words and actions? And how well are you teaching kids to be aware of their own ripple effect? Now, pick one way to move up a point this week. Maybe it's replacing a rushed "good job" with a specific, meaningful compliment. Maybe it's catching yourself before making a sarcastic remark. I've done that a few times myself. Maybe it's taking 60 seconds to recognize someone's effort in front of others. So for this week, be a ripple starter. Choose one small positive action to repeat daily. Make it visible so kids can see it in action. And encourage them to develop their own ripples in your home, your classroom, or even in your own martial arts school. Because here's the truth: you may never see the full reach of your influence, but someone else's future could be better because of it. If today's episode inspired you, share it with another parent, teacher, or coach who's making ripples in young people's lives. And I'd love to hear your ripple story, a time when something you said or did had a big impact. Post it, tag me, or send it in a message so we can inspire others to keep climbing the scale.